So that was what we were waiting for. That was your response to PlayStation 4's conference. That was what you were waiting. That's what you had up your sleeve to combat what is now likely going to be a resounding victory for the PlayStation 4. What on earth were the people from Microsoft thinking or talking about at this conference? They were talking about the Xbox, going, TV, 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 TV. Remote is no longer needed. Wow, a remote that's no longer needed. Who cares? Was there ever a problem for gamers and their remote control and their TV? Some of the executives, you can tell that they haven't been within 10 feet of a game because they were going, we're going to make sure you build a relationship with your TV. It's like, okay, you might think that gamers are geeks who don't go out much, but come on, give us a little credit. We don't need to build a relationship with our TV. I can't even think the last time my TV was on, to be honest with you. Most of the stuff I watch now is online. Most of the sports I like to watch, such as the NHL, I can watch online. Doesn't matter. I don't need to put that TV on. I don't need the Xbox improving, inverted commas, my viewing experience. It's a load of nonsense. And I loved it when the guy came out, was talking about the voice activation, and no one seemed to react. Everyone was like, okay, so you're going, go to movies, go to games, go to TV. And everyone was just kind of silent, going, okay. And he was like, you don't understand, I will show you. And then he started displaying it by using the voice commands, which, by the way, I don't believe was actually happening live. I believe that was pre-rendered, how quick it was happening. And first of all, do you think we're stupid? Do you think we don't know what voice commands are? It's like, yes, we get what they are. It's just so underwhelming. It doesn't matter. And I loved it because they were talking about TV so much, and TV and sports. There's actually a really funny YouTube clip where the conference is summed up in a minute, and it's just a bunch of people coming on going, TV, 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 television, TV, TV, sports, EA, sports, Call of Duty. And it just summed up the whole thing. It was a joke. But at the end of each segment, when they kept talking about the voice commands to control your TV, which no one cared about at all, they kept passing the ball, going, right, the next person's now going to talk about games. Next person would come out, and it'd just be another thing that wasn't relevant. Oh, we've got Skype running on it now. I can't actually think of a person who would want to use that whilst on Xbox Live. If you're on your Xbox, hardcore gamers are going to be on Xbox Live talking to their friends playing games. What the hell is Skype there for? If I want to make a Skype call, my PC's 2 feet away. I mean, I'm getting, sort of carried away with the stuff that's really not important. I mean, when I say important, because there was a lot of things here that should be of a great concern to us all, to be honest with you. And the stuff with them trying to build an entertainment system, that's up to them. That's nothing to do with the actual gaming experience. Oh, and by the way, I'm from the UK. None of those services and things that they were going to add into it are going to work in the UK, such as the TV connectivity. So what do we get then? A subpar console with absolutely no sort of draw to it at all in comparison to the PS4. Because I'll come on to the PS4 in a moment. I want to go on about the Xbox for now. It's basically what they've done is created a lesser PC. Now, my PC's pretty good. I don't need a PC that's worse than this. And I'll tell you, that's one of the things that really annoyed me about it, is they've created a PC that needs games to install. Angry Joe has a video on YouTube, and it's a rant about what he heard about it, and it does make me laugh that I can't believe they're going to go this way, and I'm telling you they will. It's the second-hand games. They're going to absolutely destroy them, and in turn destroy themselves. Let me explain why. I do like how EA came out. It was quite funny, actually. This is the only funny part of this whole used game thing. EA came out and they were like, oh, we're, a while ago, and we're like, we're the good guys now. We're going to get rid of passcodes, so you don't need them anymore. They're gone. You know why that is? Because they knew this was coming with the Xbox. They knew that the Xbox was going to control second-hand games, and what I mean by that is, if I was to buy a game, if none of you have heard, this is what happens. If I was to buy a game, I have to install that onto my Xbox. Xbox One, stupid name as well, by the way. I have to install that onto my Xbox. Now, if I was to take that to a friend's house, he can't play that game without paying a fee to play that so-called second-hand game. Now, this brings me on to the next thing. I mean, I'll clear that up, actually. I paid for that game. Let's say I've paid for a game. That's my property. That should be up to me who I give that to experience. It's my property. It's like buying a car and going to your friend, do you want a lift? Yeah, but like Ford need a fee from you before you can get in my car, though. Because, unfortunately, this is Ford's car, not mine. No, that's my car. That's my game. It should be up to me who plays that fucking game. And it's not fair what they're doing. And moving on to that, the second-hand games. It's not always going to be online. Now, think about this for a second, right? They're going to have to try and keep track of this used games thing. If it was offline, like they said at the conference, they said it wasn't always on. They actually chose the words very carefully. It's not always online, like we all feared it would be. Now, the problem is with that is that the second-hand games, that's how they're going to police it. That's how they're going to know. Because now they've come out and said you're going to have to be connected to the internet once every 24 hours. And that's to make sure that you're not doing anything screwy with your console and your games, like passing that disc round. What they've done is essentially created a PC where you have to take your disc, put it into into your PC and install it and enter a passcode, except for the passcode is them having you connect once every 24 hours so that they can monitor whether you're stealing from them, treating you like companies always do, a criminal before you've even done anything wrong. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I liked how they started to back away from it, saying, "Oh no, these are just potential scenarios." And the reason they started to back away from this is because they had such a negative reaction from pretty much every single games journalist I follow, and they're starting to now go, "Oh God, what have we done?" and back away slowly. Now there is time to change, and then they might, if they do change it, they might then come out and say, "Told you, it was rumours." That might be true. It might be true, and I hope to God it is, because looking at what PS4 have offered, then we go on to PS4 actually. Their conference, they came right out the blocks and went, games. These are the games. This is what not so much these are the games. This is what it can do, the machine. They didn't even show it you. The first thing the Xbox did was show you the console. Didn't show you anything else. PlayStation 4 went, well, this is what it does. I mean, this is what it's powered with. We've spoken to developers, and the developers said they were excited because it was so much easier to develop for the PS4. That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear developers say that. I wanted to hear them talk about nothing but games. Now, it's obvious that the Xbox want to build an entertainment centre. They want to aim at everyone, not at gamers. Now, that's up to them. That's fine. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing. Some people will love watching the NFL. Not that I'd have a choice in that matter, because I don't have those services don't work in the UK. So what the fuck is the point in me getting an Xbox now? But I lost my train of thought then. Yeah, they're trying to build an entertainment centre rather than an actual gaming console. Now, that would be fine. But the fact that the gamers have already had a conference which was targeted directly at them by PlayStation, the people who are gamers like myself and like you guys who are listening to me will go out and they'll go, well, why would I buy an Xbox? They're not actually targeting at me anymore. PS4, they're targeting at me. I mean, we can see what an absolute epic fail their conference was, because literally after the conference, Microsoft's stocks fell 10%, and Sony's rose, I think, 8%. Nothing happened. They haven't sold anything. They haven't created anything. It was just how bad that conference was. I mean, like I say, people will come forward with the argument going, what did you expect them to do? Blow your mind. They'll do that at E3. Well, why not wait until E3? It's not that far away to do everything, because they've come forward with such a weak first step that everyone is talking negatively about their console. Why didn't they go, well, look, we've got no games here. All we're doing is talking about TV and voice commands and not having to use your remote, which has never been a problem for anyone, by the way. So why don't we wait? We'll wait till E3, come back with some gameplay footage and really blow people away. You know, The people are talking about E3. They're talking about they're going to come out with some really good exclusives. I fucking hope so, because if we get to E3 and they go, it's a new Gears of War, it's a new Halo, I think I'm going to blow my brains out, or just buy a PS4. It would probably be easier and it would save my life. But I am going to, I mean, at the minute, I can't see a single solitary reason. A, they're not targeting me, like at Microsoft. They're not targeting me because they're not targeting gamers, by the sound of things. Two, they're not targeting people in the UK by making all these services for TV and so on. Obviously, the voice controls will still work, but I don't see how they're going to link it to the TV. Apparently, that's just US only. I don't know how true that is. Again, things can change. You know, I might look stupid in a couple of months' time, 5 months' time. I just don't know what to say. I mean, everything that I wanted to say has been said better by other people. I put links, by the way, if anyone thinks I'm making this stuff up about the used games, saying it's not been confirmed yet, I'll put links in the description telling you where all these things are said. Microsoft are being very careful about the way they're choosing their words. No, it's not always going to be online, but that means it's going to be online at some point during the day, once every 24 hours. It's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, most people are online, but what you're doing there is, by saying you have to be online once every 24 hours, is showing that the used game thing that you're talking about is actually true. If I lend it to my friend, he's going to have to pay to use my property. So the next time I have a lift, I'm going to take a cheque off my friend for, I don't know, £5, and then I'll mail it off to Ford, because it's their property, apparently. It's not mine, it's theirs. Oh, I mean, the whole thing was a joke from start to finish. I mean, it ended with a trailer. Well, yeah, it wasn't even like in-game footage. It was a trailer of Call of Duty. That says it all, really. How many? Oh, because there hasn't been many Call of Duties recently, have there? I'm really sick. I wanted to see something new. They had a chance. They were under pressure. PlayStation came out and everyone was talking about how impressed they were. I mean, there were stupid moments for the PlayStation conference as well, like there were here, but there weren't brainless moments. There were silly moments for Sony. They weren't brainless. Everything that was going on that night for Microsoft was absolutely brainless. Not targeted at the people it should be, and solving problems that have never been a problem. Do you remember when you had a problem with your remote? Nope. Never had a problem with my remote. Well, now you can use voice activation. It's like, well, great, but the remote was never a problem. It was never a problem. And the things that you're trying to make are trying to catch up with things that will be streets ahead. Like the stuff someone quite rightly said recently, I think it was on the TGS podcast, that their smart TV does the stuff that they're talking about. Their smart TV does that, and then they're trying to almost make it like a PC, and the PCs are already streets ahead, and by the time this thing comes out, it's going to be even further. It's a joke. One of the funniest things was, as well, to show how stupid the whole thing was Spielberg coming on talking about the Halo TV show, I think. And it was like, him interviewed, and it was like, yes, I played Pong once. And it was like, well done, Stephen. It was like, how close was the gun being held to your head there? It's like, you better fucking smile, Stephen. That's what it looked like. It was absolutely crazy. I want anyone who thinks that I'm wrong to tell me why I should be excited about getting an Xbox One. An Xbox One. Stupid fucking name as well. Tell me why. Why I should get that over a PlayStation 4. Don't tell me to wait for E3. I will, and I might be wrong. But I'm telling you something, if they come out and go, new Gears of War, new Halo, I can't wait for that shit. I wanted something new. I wanted what Sony did. It was crazy. It was quite fun. You know, there were some moments for Sony where I was like, what's going on? But I never thought, I don't know who they're aiming at. Microsoft, I didn't understand who they were trying to aim at and what problems they were trying to solve, because the problems that they were trying to solve haven't been a problem for anyone. Anyway, I'm glad I got that off my chest. I've been meaning to do this all day, but I wanted to make sure I got my thoughts down on paper first, and I've just been sort of following notes to make sure I got all of this off my chest. In the comment section, please tell me why. Tell me why I should give a flying fuck for this joke of a console. I mean, like I say, I hope it does prove me wrong, but at the minute, it doesn't look like it. Anyway, guys, I'll check you next time. Thanks for listening, and like and subscribe if you want to see and hear more of me. Cheers, guys.
I just prefer the other one.
Bullshit! How can it be bullshit to state a preference?